What's going on, guys? We're back here for another video. Had a mail call. It came in. Backwards. This guy here. Some trussels. And I didn't buy it for the 1/43rd scale. I bought it for the HO scale, which I'm going to show you in a few. Why I bought these instead of the HO scale trussel. And I saw something interesting on the back. And that's this lap counter. I think it looks cool. So you guys are FX in Auto World. You guys got to step your game up. I think these guys don't believe that they are in competition with the larger scale cars. And you are. Trust me. You are in competition. Can't go by the size of the car. You got to go by what people like. And the larger scale, mainly the 132nd scale, offer a much broader selection of cars and accessories. Period. Even 143rd, they're about to kick you guys in the butt. They could collaborate like Ford and GM. They could do the same thing. Get together and come out with, since they're using the same track, they could develop a lap counter together and both sell it. And no more goddamn batteries, man. I'm sick of that. You guys are stuck in the 60s with that battery stuff. There's no reason why these devices can't run on the track power. Just like the big cars, the 132nd scale, their stuff runs off the track. They can do the same thing. But they're stuck in the 60s. They act like they're a couple guys sitting in the garage somewhere just tinkering with stuff. Anyways, I'm going to show you where I'm going to put those trussels. And the reason why I bought those instead of the HO scale trussels, because here, these aren't wide enough for this. That's why I lifted them up with the cassette tape holders here and here. They don't fit. So I needed something a little wider here. And I don't know what made me think of that, because actually I was looking for something for the Helix, which is, you can't see now, it's down here. And this came up, and I looked at it. I was like, well, you know what? I could just use that. There used to be, there was a guy, Jerome Lipinski. He had a site, and he was selling that stuff. And I kept BSing. I kept saying, I'm going to buy one. Because one of these days I might need it. And I didn't buy it. So that was my fault. I'm slipping on it. And he passed away, RIP. But these will suffice. And down here, this trestle, this is a lifelike trestle. It's not wide enough. So this is another one I lifted up so that it would make it. And here, these little orange, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's see if I can make it bigger. Yeah, if I took a screenshot, I probably could make it bigger. Here, you can probably see it. There's little two orange pieces here. The trestle is like this because that's the only way it would fit over the track, because the curve and the one on the top and the one on the bottom, they're not perfectly aligned. So it's off a little bit. So if I had something a little bit wider, it wouldn't be fitting like that. So I can remove these two out the way. Well, these three. Put that there. And that would solve that problem. So I'm getting there, guys. Making some progress. Looking for things to make everything the way I want it to be. Rome wasn't built in a day, so it takes time. Especially if you want to do it right. So I'm getting there. Got that out the way. Also, I was looking at FX. on Instagram, and they have some nice stuff coming out. But I'm going to say this: enough with the Camaros and Mustangs, man. I mean, I guess you could come out with that, but come out with some other cars. Especially like the young guys these days, they're not into that like some of us older dudes are. A lot of the young guys, they like Subaru and Hondas, Nissans, stuff like that. Like in that, what was that movie? Fast and Furious. The guys were driving the imports. A lot of guys like that stuff. That's why Fast and Furious is popular. Because they did cater to like all the car guys. You know, muscle cars, imports. They cater to that. That's what makes the franchise. They come off their 10th and final movie soon. So. Which is good. You made 10 movies. That's outstanding. Even though they've gotten over the top with it. But the 5,000 release of Camaros and Mustangs, like, come on, guys. You guys got to spice it up a little bit, man. Make some of those old Formula One cars, man, that people love so much. Like Scalextrics. I ordered some of those cars. I mean, they're not out yet. I think some are due spring and some are due fall. And I did order the Batmobile from the new Batman movie. You know, I had to do it. But this car looks good. I'm not gonna front on it. This thing looks real good. That looks good too. Camaro's nice. The Mustang is nice too. The detail, man. Yeah, they're cashing up to the 1/32 scales with detail. I'm gonna have to give them the high five on that. The back is this is awesome, man. Yeah, they're doing it. And this stance here, man. This is like artwork. And I hope this is not a set car. Because if it's a set car, you guys get the finger for that. I mean, even if you do make it a set car, when the sales slow down, just sell the goddamn car, man. It's like, sometimes I wonder where their head is at. You know, a lot of guys, we have tracks already. You don't want to keep buying sets over and over again for track that you don't need. Just sell the damn cars. But I'll get, what was that? Let me go back to that comment. Yeah, it's I'm slipping. Nice to see some new body cars rather than rehash old cars like AW. I only need so many Chargers and 55 Chevys. Yeah, well, you can say the same thing about, you know, I like that, but like this, what is the MK4? Like, how many of these they're going to make? Same thing with this. I like GT40s. There's one they haven't made, which is the most iconic of them all, the one with the Gulf livery. I believe it was the MK2. What was that, MK2? That won the Le Mans twice. That's one of the most iconic cars of all time, and they never made it. Don't like the red Corvette. GT40, no, it's not the one I have. This one looks pretty good. I think I have another Camaros and Mustang. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's non-stop Camaros and Mustangs. And I was watching one channel. I forgot the guy's name. It's a heavyset guy, wears glasses. He has like all this inside information. I think he used to work for one of the companies. And he had a live stream. You know, I'm like, you know, it's at least 5,000 of Camaros and Mustangs. And he's like, well, they sell. Well, yeah, maybe they do, but still, they gotta spice it up a little bit. Yeah, I do like the late model Camaro Mustang, but you know, you need the Challenger. The SRTs are very popular on the streets. I don't see any of those out there. They're not making any of those. I don't know if it's a licensing problem, and if it is on Dodger's part, Dodge, you're dumb. This your toy cars turn into real cars when you get older. Trust me. I don't like this Corvette. There's something about it. Maybe it's the way it sits on the chassis or something. I don't know. Maybe it was lower. But I hate when they do that. There's too much space between the wheel well and the tire. Yeah, I want one of these. I don't know if they're gonna release that or what, or did they? But I have the newer 4 GT version of that. I never got a set this small. I always thought they were a waste. I remember when we were shopping for my first set. It was at Two Guys, and they had an oval. And my mom's looked at that. Nah, he'll be tired of that in like 5 seconds. Get him a bigger set. I never got a small set. It's like I got a new set every Christmas, which I added on to my current set just to make it bigger and bigger. Yeah, this is the one I have. This one. The Chevelles are new additions. I like that. It's not just Camaros and Mustangs, so that's cool. I have the red one. I need to get the yellow one. I have this one too. I don't like these. These are ugly as I don't know what. I don't. There's something about this car. I don't know. It looks a little bit off to me. Ah, that looks good, man. It looks like it's gonna be a set car. The AFX Audi R18 from the 24-hour champion set by AFX Racing. Yeah, here they go with that set car bullshit. Like, just sell the goddamn cars, man. 'Cause again, it's okay to have set cars, but once the set gets old, sell the damn car. Keep making that money. Yeah, I'm gonna put my Chevelle on a PR5 and drop it down. I'm gonna get the one that has the chrome wheels. Get rid of all that space stuff in there. I don't like that. Ooh, this page is slow. Yeah, it's one of my all-time favorite cars, man. I have three of these. I still have one on a card, which I'm just saving it until I destroy the other two, and then that one's coming out. But for the time being, it's still on the car. But I love this car. I was thinking about painting one of these, the wing shell yellow on one of them, just to make it look a little different. Put a couple shell decals on it. A discontinued piece that detail elevated the world of HO slot cars. Check it out on our legacy page. Or maybe you need to reissue that. This car right here, this when I was working at Verizon, and I was living in Fanwood, New Jersey at the time. And that's where Nostalgia Hobby. Nostalgia Hobbies is in Scotch Plain, which is the town next to it. And when I used to come home, coming off Interstate 78, I would ride past Nostalgia Hobbies. And I've been at that time I was thinking about AFX cars. I want to do they still make them. I want to do they still make them. So I stopped in and I saw that. So I bought it. So that was the first car I bought in years when I saw that. I have this thing. Got one of these. I don't have these. They're set cars, and they never sold them. Which to me is I'm just gonna say it's silly. I don't know. I would get that set. It'd have to have, you know, cars that I like and unique track pieces. Or if they have a track with the markings or the decor on them, I would get that. I like this one too. That's where I got the idea of like a yellow wing. Test car. Just to make it look different. And paint this yellow too. I was gonna pull those out and paint them yellow. Look at Tamiya Kit, see what they use for shell yellow and then use that. Like I said, I probably would have bought this set if it had the 18, like the old set had the 18-inch curves, but the newer one didn't have that. Now, if they had that with the 18-inch curves, I probably would have bought the set. Because, again, it has cars and track pieces that I want. Now, if they had like the 4-lane set, like that Auto World set with these cars and the wireless controllers and the track had the markings on them, I would buy it. I'd be like, Bob it. I'm getting it. I would have to do it. All tracks have the street markings on them. Model motoring. What is this? Oh, it's old school stuff. Aurora Plastics first discovered their love for slot cars at a toy fair in 1959 in the UK, where toy company Playcraft was debuting its newest model, Playcraft Highway and Vibrator Motor System. Where players could race their model cars, Aurora loved it and bought it on the spot, rebranded it under the name Auto Motoring. The first HO slot cars came to the U.S. at the very end of the 50s and ignited a hobby that would exist for generations. Special thanks to Bob Beers, author of The Complete Guide to Aurora HO Car Collector of all things Aurora Plastic, for sharing his photos, collectibles, and encyclopedic knowledge of the colorful history behind AFX Racing. Yeah, that's cool. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Got an ice cold beer that's calling me and calling me and calling me. So I'm gonna have to go drink it and take it down. Anyways, drop some comments below. Let me know what you think about some of these new cars that's coming out. I like that. The Camaro's hot, man. I bitch about too many Camaros and Mustangs, but this is hot because they sell. That's the whole thing. They do sell. It's like a guaranteed sale. But this Camaro, man, the Mustang looks good too. This Camaro, the front of this Camaro. All right, kind of looks like a upgraded Cylon, man. It looks tough. This thing looks mean. I almost broke down and bought one. I had to fight the urge. I don't need no more car payments. Anyways, like I said, drop a comment below. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.